Alright guys, my name is Sebastian Bedinker and I help people fix their binge eating and lose weight, and obviously like you clicked on this video, I help them overcome their weight loss plateaus. So, if you're wondering why I'm a little bit out of breath, I just did some burpees because I want to get really hyped, have the energy really high for this video because I just genuinely want to help you guys. This is a question I get a ton. This is probably one of my most commonly asked questions, besides how to lose weight in the first place. So I want to make a video on this. I think there's going to be a ton of value in this, and I think it'll really help you overcome that weight loss plateau that you're in. So, like the title of the video says, we're going to be talking about how to break past weight loss plateau so you can lose 60 pounds and finally see your abs. Let's get right into it. So, what do I know about weight loss plateaus? So, I started my weight loss journey at about 180 pounds. That's when I started. That's when I decided to kind of take back control of my life and really get things going and fix those bad habits that I had. So I was losing some weight, pretty decently, but around that 160 pound mark is where things kind of stalled. They kind of took a stop, okay? And I hit a weight loss plateau, and it was about 3 weeks of that. I'm not even kidding. The scale was staying at the same weight, pretty much around like 1 to 2 pound difference for an entire 3 weeks. So I was feeling really demotivated. I felt like I was doing everything wrong. I didn't really know what to do. So I was able to eventually break past that plateau after learning what to do and implementing it. And I lost 60 pounds total in just 6 short months. Like I said in the beginning of this video, now I help people fix their binge eating and break past these weight loss plateaus because these are extremely normal. Okay, guys, I would say about 90% of people on their weight loss journey will hit a plateau, and not even just one, you'll hit multiple. So it's very normal, and we're going to talk about how to overcome them and how to really get past them. Some of my clients that have struggled with weight loss plateaus, just so you guys know, I know what I'm talking about. Destiny came to me at about 160 pounds. Her main problem was really with binge eating, and we were able to get her to 130 pounds. So she lost 30 pounds in under 90 days, and obviously, there were a lot of struggles throughout that, one of them being a weight loss plateau. But, using the methods that I'm about to describe, we were able to break past that. Julian, if you look on the right here, I would say, pretty much like a skinny fat physique. We also hit a plateau when it came to really getting rid of some of those love handles and that fat in the stomach area. And, using the methods that I'm about to tell you, we were able to break past his fat plateau as well, his weight loss plateau, and really get him looking like a beast. He's got one of the nastiest transformations I've ever seen. Really proud of that one. So, real quick, before we kind of get into it, in case, you clicked on the wrong video, I want to talk about who this video is not for. So, if you're a guy or girl trying to bulk up, this video is not for you. I don't even know why you clicked on it. Not to be mean, but this video is about weight loss, okay? So if you're trying to lose weight, this video is not for you if you're not tracking your calories every day, okay? I have tons of videos describing, how to track your calories. If you're not doing that, then that's probably why you're in a weight loss plateau, okay? So make sure you're doing that already. Go check out my other videos. I have tons of content on how to properly track your calories, and that's probably why you're in a plateau if you're not doing that already. This video is also not for people who are not working out consistently. If you're in a weight loss plateau and you're not working out, it's kind of obvious why you're in a plateau. You got to be working out. So, who this video is for is if you're losing some weight at first, you've kind of started that process already. You've lost some weight, you've seen a little bit of success, a little bit of progress, but now you're stuck in a plateau and you don't really know how to break past it. This video is also for you, if you're tracking your calories pretty consistently every day, and if you're working out consistently, like I said. So if you're doing all of these things, you're tracking and you're working out, but you're still in that plateau, this is exactly for you, and we're going to discuss how to break past it. So, first we have to understand what exactly is a plateau. It's very important we know what it even is. We have to first understand. A weight loss plateau is basically when you're stuck at a certain weight, usually between 1 to 3 pounds for a certain amount of time, okay? Like I said, over a consistent period of time, basically days where the scale hasn't moved at all, and, weeks without seeing any body changes. And this is also very important to understand. Just because the scale isn't really going down doesn't mean you're not making progress. If you're noticing, your body changing week after week and you're getting leaner, you're seeing, your abs are looking a little more defined, you're seeing veins, then you're not in a plateau. It just means the scale isn't moving, okay? The scale isn't the end all be all. So I just want you guys to understand that you're not necessarily in a plateau just because the scale isn't moving down. So one thing we want to make sure of first, before we even get into, how to fix your plateau, is making sure you're actually in a plateau. Okay. A lot of people will say they're in a plateau, and then I'll ask, like, okay, how long have you been in a plateau? And they're like, oh, just a couple days. So listen, the reason that you have to actually make sure you're in a real plateau is because weight is always going to fluctuate, okay, day by day. So I would recommend 2 to 3 weeks. That's kind of the sweet spot where you're going to know if you're truly in a plateau or not. So has it been at least 2 to 3 weeks of no weight loss? Has there been no physical changes in 2 to 3 weeks? Like I said, if you're noticing bodily changes, if your body's getting more defined and better, then you're not in a plateau, But if there hasn't been any physical changes in those 2 to 3 weeks, then you might be in a plateau. If it hasn't been at least 2 to 3 weeks, you will not know if it is a plateau, okay? If it's only been like a couple days or even just 1 week, and the scale hasn't moved, you haven't noticed any changes, that's pretty normal, okay? That's going to happen during your journey. So it's very important that it's been at least 2 to 3 weeks where you've really been stuck, okay? So now we're going to talk about how to actually break past the plateau, because that's obviously why you clicked on the video. So there are 2 things that could be happening. The first is you're not tracking correctly, okay? And this is going to be a majority of you. So what you really need to do is you need to invest in a food scale if you haven't already. And this is going to ensure that you're tracking properly and really being able to accurately measure everything. And you need to track everything. So if you look on the right here, I still track my calories, okay? I track 6 ounces of ground beef, 3 ounces of rice, and I even track the sauces. You cannot forget even the little things like sauces, oils, butters. You have to track every single thing, okay? This way we can really ensure that you're in a caloric deficit. Now, let's talk about the law of thermodynamics real quick, okay? It's never going to lie. It's always calories in, calories out, okay? So don't think that you can't lose weight because of your metabolism, your genetics, this or that. That's just an excuse, okay? I'm going to be honest, because I like to give this example. If you were in a third world country like Syria, let's say for a week, you would lose weight. And the reason for that is because you're not eating anything. Like, you wouldn't have enough food, okay? Here in America or wherever you're based at, you're in a better circumstance and you have food, obviously. But, if you're in a country like a third world country and you're not eating, you're eating like 300 or 400 calories a day, just a piece of bread, you're going to lose that weight, right? Because you're not eating enough. So the law of thermodynamics is always valid. It will always work. It doesn't matter your metabolism, your genetics. So that is going to be a majority of you. If that doesn't fix it after a couple of weeks, then, let's say you're absolutely certain you're tracking everything correctly. You're just 100%. There's no doubt in your mind, okay? You're doing everything I just said. You're tracking your sauces, your oils, you're using a calorie tracking app, and you're being in that caloric deficit. Now what? What do you do? So, method número 2. You need to create a bigger caloric deficit. So, let's talk about homeostasis real quick. It sounds like a fancy word, but it's really not that complicated. So basically, your body always wants to maintain, okay? It never wants to gain fat or lose fat. It just kind of wants to stay where it's at because that's where it's most optimal, okay? So once you've been in the caloric deficit for a while and you've started to lose that weight, your body's kind of like, oh, okay, like this is how we're going to eat now? Okay, these are the calories I need to maintain now? Okay, I'll just keep myself at this level. So it gets used to that, okay? So once your body becomes adjusted, you're going to have to lower that caloric deficit by 100 to 200 calories if you want to continue the weight loss. You can also do something like implementing more cardio. If you're not doing cardio at all, start doing it. I mean, that's how you're going to break past a plateau. You need more activity as well because that's going to create a deeper deficit. So, let's say you're doing one of my favorite methods, the 12-3-30. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch my other videos. Let's say you're doing the 12-3-30 method and you're only doing it 3 times a week. Start doing it 6 times a week, ease into it, obviously, do 4 times a week and then 5 times a week, but then 6 or 7 times a week. It's low intensity, steady state cardio. So you're not going to be dying. You're not going to be sore. You're going to be fine. So really just start to increase your physical activity to create that deeper deficit. And come back to me in a month and I promise you're going to have lost that weight. I'm absolutely certain. Those are the only 2 ways that you can fix a plateau. You're either not tracking correctly or you need to create a bigger deficit. There's nothing else to break past a plateau. So some final advice and notes. Please don't skip this. I just want to give some motivation for those who feel like they can't break past the plateau, and they feel like, you know, they're just holding themselves back, and, you know, oh, I'm never going to lose this weight. Like, I'm stuck here. All my work has gone to shit pretty much. Like, I'm just stuck. Okay, I want you to realize a couple of things. There's always going to be plateaus in life. Okay, not just in fitness, not just in health. You're going to have plateaus in at work, in your business. Okay, you're gonna have plateaus with your spouse, you know, where you feel like you're not having these really happy moments, but you also feel like you're not like having arguments every day. It's just a plateau, right? So like in fitness, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to see what's not working and take action to fix that. Take steps to fix it, like I just gave you. Okay, there's always going to be plateaus. Another thing to realize is, if you gained that weight, what makes you think you can't lose it? Okay, like I said, the law of thermodynamics doesn't lie. Okay, you can lose the weight, especially since you gained it. Okay, there's no way you can't. I also want to give the creator example. So Alex Hormozi kind of said this. He's a very successful entrepreneur that I look up to, and he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing here, and I'm going to add some more stuff, but if you were trying to make a successful human being, someone who's hardworking, who has discipline, who can overcome anything that is put in front of them, right? Would you give them a ton of easy things to do? Like, would you give them all the money in the world immediately? Would you give them a perfect body immediately? Would you give them the easiest tasks to do immediately? Would you never make them face any obstacles or struggles? No, okay? God or the universe, whatever you believe in, has given you struggles to overcome so that you can become a better person, so that you know what it's like to work hard to achieve things, okay? That's really, in my opinion, like one of the big meanings of life, to overcome obstacles and get past them, and then teach others how to do the same, you know, inspire the world. Okay, so try not to think of a plateau as like, oh, why is this happening to me? Like, this is such a struggle, like I wish it was easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Okay, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would have a good body. It's supposed to take some work. It's supposed to be hard. So I just want you guys to realize that, okay? Now that I have kind of covered pretty much everything, in conclusion, I want to say you can absolutely force this mindset on yourself and fix your weight loss plateau on your own, just like I did. But I cannot stress, and I really cannot stress, how incredibly helpful it is to have someone right by your side giving you the exact guidance, nutrition, and coaching in workouts catered to your personal situation. So if you want to fix your weight loss plateau in half the time that it would take to do it on your own, and you want to lose 20 pounds of fat in less than 90 days guaranteed, book a free consultation call with me below using the first link in the description. Guys, this is what I do for a living. I help people with this all the time. We overcome plateaus, we build healthier eating habits and fix their binge eating, and we lose the weight. Okay, so if that sounds like you just want some extra help, you want to do it in half the time, and you want someone to keep you accountable, yeah, you can book a call, a free consultation call. It's a 45-minute call with me. We'll talk about your personal journey, your goals, your struggles, and see how I can help. So absolutely, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys found some value in it, and leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I will catch you guys in the next one. Love y'all.